Hello, this is Cute Fuzzy Weasel. This is a forward to what I'm kind of calling the lost episode. A little bit of a backstory to this. This episode started filming in January of 2017, January 12th. And it was marred by class schedules and different medical emergencies of not me, but other things, and driving, and it was delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed and delayed. Like, every single time I got close to making this thing, it got delayed. The moment I was actually able to finish it, I had to drive into town, which is often the case now because my internet currently here really blows. I managed to get it done, and I was about to hit render on it when I thought, the troll in this one, I want to make sure I get their name right. It was Gorilla199, and I didn't know if there was some special way he spelled out Gorilla. So I went online to check, and in doing so, found out that he died. I have two rules that I generally try to follow pretty strictly in feeding the trolls. One is that I don't go after people who are under the age of 17. I feel like at that age, you just say stuff. And two, I don't go after dead people because I don't consider it fair because they can't defend themselves. So I found out he was dead right before I was about to hit render on the episode, and I'm like, fuck. Because that was weeks and weeks and weeks of effort that was just thrown down the toilet, basically. So I thought about it, and I made a video about it, asking my audience what I needed to do, explaining the situation, and in general, they said that release the episode, don't monetize it, and put a disclaimer, this video, at the beginning of it. By the way, to anyone who hasn't noticed already, you can hit that button and skip to the actual episode. So here's the disclaimer. I made this episode purely as an episode of Feeding the Trolls. I did not know he was dead. I would not make an episode intentionally going after a dead person, trying to make fun of them. I'd also like to point out that rarely, if ever, are Feeding the Trolls episodes done out of a place of actual malice or hatred. It's all just fun. There are a few times that I've gone after people and I have genuinely fucking hated them, but in general, it's all just fun. It's all just for fun. And I certainly don't mean to offend someone's memory by it. So this video will go out. It won't be monetized as, when you work on something for a few weeks and you can't even make anything off of it. I mean, that's YouTube. And I'm putting it out there purely because I don't want it just sitting on a hard drive, never to be seen again. So here you go. This is Season 6's lost opening to Feeding the Trolls. And hey, post in the comments below if you think this would have made a better first episode than the one that I did put up, which was this one. And as always, have a good day. Time to Feed the Trolls, Season 6. Hello, this is Cute Fuzzy Weasel, and welcome to Season 6. Yeah? Been doing this for 7 years now. Well, really, it's 6 years, but if you count the fact that the first episodes of the first season came out in 2011, then, I mean, it's kinda... I've been doing it for over 5 years. 5 lonely, lonely years. So this season, we're gonna kick off things with kind of a New Year's celebration, since I wasn't able to get an episode out until way later in this month, or the beginning of February. I have no idea how long this is gonna take. So let's kick off things this year with our first troll, Gorilla199. Hold on. Gorilla199. So 199 gorillas.
Happy Satanic New Year, everyone. Yeah, I said Happy Satanic New Year. I'm now about to destroy more of your dreams with what the new year is really all about.
I always thought the new year was just an arbitrary measure of time that we came up to figure out how best to plant crops and record historical events, but I guess it's all about Satan.
Because it is completely satanic, it's a ritual, and it's so plain and obvious that if you don't know it already, as I show it to you, you will get it unless you're really not there at all.
Yeah, I seem to be here, so I'll probably get it.
Okay, look, there's a clock.
Holy shit, a clock!
There's another clock there.
Oh, Jesus, fuck, there's two of them!
Okay, not being patronising, but this one's got the ordinary English-style numerals.
God, that one's English!
This one's got the Roman numerals on it.
And that one's Roman?! What are you gonna bring out next? Ah!
Okay, and two different versions of how you could write 7 and 8. Because there's actually no hard and fast rule, and it's witchcraft we're talking about here, and they do things forwards and backwards.
Because witches like to overcomplicate their lives. I mean, just look at that thing. You have any idea how uncomfortable it would be to actually fly on a broomstick? But they gotta do it anyway, right?
Okay, so 12 o'clock. 1 second past 12 o'clock, I can hear a firework outside. 1 second past 12 o'clock, everyone starts jumping up and down and celebrating the new year.
Unless they're in a wheelchair.
Yeah?
Yeah?
Okay, just a moment. It's New Year's Day now.
Sure is.
1 second past 12. How can it possibly be New Year's Day?
Because it's 12 a.m. the next day. They go over time in English schools, I imagine, so...
When it's 1 second past 12 o'clock, which is the middle of the night.
I mean, yeah, it's technically at night. There is no sun out, but the next 24-hour period that we call a day has started. Therefore, it is New Year's Day, even though it is dark outside.
So you've got a beginning of the night, you've got an end of the night, and you've got a middle of the night.
I'm starting to get some strange vibes from this video. Is it possible that maybe we could switch to a different...
How much money
God, he's naked.
I would be making with Social Blade, and how much I would be making with
fine. The other video is
YouTube.
fine.
Got it? So that's the middle of the night. So 1 second past the middle of the night is considered to be New Year's Day, because anything after the middle of the night, 1 second past, or 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, is called 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning. But how can it be 1 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or any o'clock in the morning unless the sun has actually risen?
'Cause it just is. That's just the term they use. Yes, it's called 1 o'clock and 2 o'clock and 3 o'clock in the morning, because that's the period of time, that's what we call it. Morning. No, the sun is not usually out at 1 or 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning unless you live in, I don't know, Alaska or the South Pole. But, yeah, it's called the morning. It's been called that since they started calling it the morning. It doesn't literally mean that the sun is out and birds are singing and everyone's going to work. It's just, you know, it's the morning. I mean, if we really want to get into this on a cosmic scale, it doesn't matter at all what we choose to call whatever period the Earth's rotation we happen to be in. So, yeah, it's called the morning. So what? Yeah, but I'm sorry, it's the devil! The devil! To rule the world with his satanic majesty by arbitrary time definitions.
Because that's the morning, is it not? Because you celebrate New Year's Day in the middle of the night, which is also called what? The witching hour. Right. So I think that proves that it is a pagan festival.
Doesn't prove anything! Okay, time out. You're stretching, okay? You're really reaching with this one. I mean, you're reaching crazy Cajun Santa levels of just strange logic hops. Right, see, it's called the morning even though it's at night, you see? therefore the devil. Now, if we crack an egg in a pan, we see that it turns white, and it's got orange in the center. That's how we know that the sun is a giant fried egg.
That you are celebrating because you start jumping up and down.
Yes, something witches are known to do, jump up and down. That's right up there with black cats, broomsticks, and cauldrons, them jumping up and down.
At 1 second past 12, shouting Happy New Year, which means that it's New Year's Day, and even if you disagree with that, remember it's 1 o'clock in the morning, 2 o'clock in the morning. This isn't my opinion, this is how a clock works.
What? But you just refuted yourself! You just said whether or not you agree with it, it's called 1, 2, and 3 o'clock in the morning. There you go! It's the morning! Doesn't matter if the sun's not up, it's the morning! It has nothing to do with witches!
Let's transpose time to Greek.
So now it's what? Greek time?
Horus. Horus is the devil.
What the? What? Wait, what the? Where the fuck did Horus come from? I thought we were talking about the Greeks! Ain't Horus Egyptian? Am I going insane? Like I'm not missing anything, am I? Someone tell me in the comments if I'm missing something.
So, you see, the hours are named after the devil.
Even the hours are named after... There's no such thing as Horus o'clock! What time is it, Jim? Ah, fuck, it's 1/2 Horus! Ah, damn it, I had a meeting at Osiris o'clock!
And 12 o'clock in the middle of the night, you believe that it's New Year's Day because you've been told it is, but it's not day, because there's day and there's night. And 1 second past 12 is not the day, because the day is defined by the sun rising.
Okay. Number one, not everybody calls it New Year's Day. Some people just fucking call it New Year's. And I'm pretty sure the majority of the people outside jumping up and down like witches aren't calling it New Year's Day either. They're probably just calling it New Year's. 'Cause you're right, it's fucking dark outside. And second, who cares if they call it New Year's Day? It doesn't matter if they call it the day. Technically speaking, it is the day if your definition of day is a 24-hour period and not just when the sun is up. So if they're calling it New Year's, they're right. And if they're calling it New Year's Day, they're right. But if they're calling it Horus, then yeah, they're wrong.
It is a pagan festival, and all the revelry surrounding it, which you consider to just to be fun, is part of the pagan revelry.
The pagans. The ancient pagans of Europe. These pagans here. Unless you're just using the definition of pagan that means anyone who's not a Christian is pagan. But these pagans here, part of their celebration, apparently, was fireworks. I guess these party horns and party hats... Holy shit! Look! The party hat! It's pointy! Like a witch's hat! And look, she's drinking out of a glass! And what do we call a big glass that's not shaped like a glass and it's made of metal? A cauldron! It's witchcraft!
Remember, if you're a Christian, God says not to get involved in riotous parties, you know, all that sort of stuff. But that is what happens on New Year's Day. And Christians all join in. Not all Christians, but a lot join in. Okay.
Oh no, Christians hanging out with their friends and having fun? The end of the world's upon us.
We're all guilty of it, whether we know it or not, because we're doing it.
So even if you don't celebrate New Year's, you're still guilty of celebrating New Year's? Then what fucking difference does it make if you celebrate New Year's or not?
And if I was to define the so-called law, in the UK it said that ignorance of the law is no excuse, which basically means they can make any law that they like without telling you, and therefore you will go and do what you've always done normally and suddenly it's a crime, and it's no excuse that you did not know.
If the law says that it's illegal to steal, but just by existing you have stolen, then the law is stupid and can be ignored without consequence because it doesn't matter whether or not you follow it. Anything that lays out a bunch of rules and then says you're guilty of all of this whether or not you have done it doesn't matter if they were even written down in the first place. Because what's the point? Everyone's guilty. It'd be like if there was a law that said it was illegal to possess an epidermis. If we didn't have an epidermis, we wouldn't be alive. So we're guilty of being alive. What fucking sense does that make?
Well, I think that's a little bit off myself.
Yep, sounds kind of shitty, don't it?
Personally, so now you know, okay? You are participating in a pagan religious festival celebrating the devil because it's based upon time, Greek, that is Ores. There goes another firework, which means that more Sadducees, which means business people, have just made more money, and the more of those bangs in the sky, the more of those that they will make.
So because the Greek word for time sounds similar to the Egyptian god Horus, and the Egyptian god Horus is somehow the devil, therefore, if you celebrate New Year's, you're worshiping the devil, so businessmen can make more money, and therefore, you're a witch. A witch! A witch!
Like Jesus Christ said, beware of the yeast of the Sadducees, the Pharisees and the Sadducees. And the Pharisees are the aristocrats, the Sadducees are the business people.
And don't set off fireworks. Jesus was very explicit about that.
And they turned this into a big business where you pay as they celebrate and they get richer, and you spend your money and you participate in the satanic festival, which is convincing you that the day is the night.
So the secret agenda of New Year's is ultimately to convince you that day is night. And they're doing this by calling it New Year's Day and selling you fireworks so you can have fun. What, the fucking Devil's B Squad come up with that shit?
You are, in fact, celebrating the first night of the new year. Is there any way that I can possibly drum that into you?
Only if you took a patch of my skin off me and wrapped it around an actual drum.
If you're looking at this on what you think is New Year's Day, just gone past 12, look outside. Is it light outside? It's night. Is it not? It's not the day.
God damn it. That's not what it fucking means.
You are celebrating the first night of the new year at the witching hour.
Yeah, buddy, okay, fine. You got anything else to tell me?
And you have joined in with the pagan revelry, the pagan traditions, which are what?
The ancient pagan tradition of watching these two next to a dropping steel ball atop a skyscraper.
Drinking, sex.
Oh my god, sex? No! 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 Oh no, not sex! Oh no! Oh my god, drinking too! Oh god! Quick, everybody, get 2 or 3 months worth of food together! They're having drinks and having sex! Ah! Holy shit, it's almost like they're having fun! Ah, they can't have fun! That's a witching thing! Nah, wait a minute, I'm jumping up and down! I must be a witch too! Ah! 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 Now I'm gonna have to give money to fireworks manufacturers! The devil! Ah! The devil! The devil!
Because it's New Year, yeah? Drugs, whatever you're doing out there because it's New Year.
What about the shit people do to celebrate their birthday, numbnuts? I mean, they weren't literally given birth on that day, so why are they calling it a birthday then? It's just a day. I don't understand, therefore devil!
You're participating in the pagans' celebration. It is their celebration.
Not yours! You don't get to say New Year. You're not a pagan.
They celebrate the New Year. Is there any mention of celebrating the New Year in the Holy Bible?
There any mention of airplanes in the Bible? There any mention of cars or spacecraft or computers like the one behind you? Best throw that away. It's the devil. I mean, I type things down here. So how come the words aren't down here? They're not down here. They're up on a screen, but they should be down here. This is called a keyboard, not a screen. Why aren't the words on the keyboard?
Not as far as I know. If you can find it, please let me know, because I would love to be educated.
You don't fucking know the meaning of the word educated.
Because I don't recall ever seeing that. Unless, of course, it's called by another name, and I don't know about it. But this is a pagan festival based upon pagan worship, and the whole thing is satanic, and you are celebrating the first night of the new year, and you're making resolutions, which means you're binding yourself.
Well, they must be fucking weak bindings, because it's like 90% of New Year's resolutions fall through.
To a contract, to do something.
Who cares?
During that year, and you're doing it at the time of the witching hour. You're participating in pagan ritual magic.
Oh, there's fucking magic now, is there? I wasn't aware staying up till fuck o'clock in the morning on a particular day gave me fucking superpowers.
And worship. My advice is, don't do it. I haven't wished anyone a so-called Happy New Year.
Because I'm an asshole. Even though I don't understand what that means. I'm not an ass. I have an ass, and it's got a hole in it, but it's not me. It's part of me. So how can they call me an asshole? I'm not just an asshole. I also have fingers and toes.
Because I'm not going to celebrate the first night of the new year.
Good for you!
At the witching hour, and bind myself with new things to do during that year, and thereby participate in their chanting, jabbering, and their magic.
Oh my god! Harry Potter's real?
I would rather listen to God than listen to the racket outside and get attracted to it. And in the name of Jesus, I hope that you pay attention to what it is that you are involving yourselves with, because this world is run by the devil, and God has already told you that.
Even though I didn't understand it, I mean, the world doesn't run around, it hangs in place. So why the world would be running around under control of the devil, I don't quite understand. I mean, the devil controls the world, sure, but it doesn't have planet legs. Anyways, Cute Fuzzy Weasel, if you liked this video, like on that like button and subscribe on that subscribe button. And if you have any other trolls you want me to do, list them in the comments below. And as always, have a good day. I'm gonna go get a throat lozenge because I just spent an hour and a half screaming into the air. It's like I burned a magic pizza.